Okie dokie, everybody. Welcome back. You're here at the Fox Den with Peter Voss, the Papa Fox, and we are going to continue playing Pillars of Eternity. When we last left off, we had cleared through Copper Lane, Brackenbury, and Andra's Gift, and now we are on to First Fires. I'm just going to give it a little bit away right now. Heritage Hill is a little bit off limits until we deal with some of the stuff here. So, let's be about it. Oh, sure, yeah. Okay, there we go. So how are you guys doing? I am doing absolutely wonderfully, as per my usual St. Girian's Horn. We're going to go out on the outside of all these buildings first, and then we'll go on the inside, so to speak.
Politics, infighting, greed, and a shrine to Margaret as well. Her clergy belongs there.
Okay, cool. Justica or Justicia, or whichever way you want to pronounce it. I assume there's a correct way, but I find either kind of entertaining in their own ways. But yeah, I'm doing pretty okay. Not much is going on aside from when I recorded the previous Tyranny episode at the same time I'm recording this, so there's not too much to talk about. Had a wonderful pasta dinner my wife made. Oh, it was so delicious. With mushrooms, it had leeks, a little bit of collard greens. Oh, it's very tasty. Penne pasta. My mouth is watering just thinking about it again. And I also have just a ton of Trader Joe's seaweed snacks ready for me to delve into once I get all
All
of
these
this stuff.
circling feet heading nowhere.
Oh my goodness, Durrance. Jeez Louise at the complaining. Okay, Valiant Embassy. Alrighty, so there's that. What can we see here?
This would be the temple Merwald spoke of, or what remains of it.
Yeah?
Praise to the exiled queen. May her crown be restored and her justice prevail. Come to pay your respects to the queen that was.
A ghost hovers in the middle of the ruin, reciting blessings and prayers. Even as the spirit's form shifts and swirls, it retains the face of an elderly man and robes that mark the wealth and status. It turns to you. Who are you?
Lord Ardwellen Rugford III, and pleased to make your acquaintance. I came to the Deerwood on one of the first ships from Adia, and unlike the yokels and hut dwellers around here, I still keep to the old ways.
It's truly a pity to see that what the locals have done to Wodika's house of worship. I'd like to know more about Wodika.
A queen among the gods. She oversees laws and oaths. Everything has a rightful place, and Wodika watches over them all. Of course, not everyone accepts this. Even among the other gods, her authority is questioned. But Wodika is also goddess of memory and vengeance, and she remembers. She'll remember every slight and trespass when she reclaims her throne.
What are you doing?
Worshipping Wodika, the exiled queen and oathbinder. I come every day to offer my devotion. I'd love nothing more than to book passage back to Adia, but it is my emperor's wish that I serve in these barbaric lands. And so I do.
You know that you're a ghost, right?
I beg your pardon? Is this some sort of joke where you come from?
I'm serious. Just look at yourself.
A madhouse. That's what this town really needs.
Ironic, because we have a sanitarium. So this guy must have been here from before the Brackenbury Sanitarium was made. I was told I'd find the Temple of Wodika here.
And so you did. These savage colonists may have burned it down, but worship of the Oathbinder is alive and well. These stairs lead to the main sanctum.
What stairs?
These stairs, of course. The sanctum was always below ground, adjacent to the catacombs, so it wasn't destroyed by the fires.
Tell me where I'd find an entrance to these catacombs.
There are various entrances throughout Defiance Bay, but I dare say the easiest to reach is in Copper Lane. I haven't been to that part of town in ages, but as I recall, it's somewhere near the southern gate.
Goodbye. Huh. Well, there we go. There's that. Blood moss. Weeds grow thick. Alrighty. Let's actually go to the Valian embassy first. Huh. Well, there we go. It's kind of odd. We're speaking to a ghost there who's apparently very, very old. I wonder if everybody... I can't remember if everybody else knows about him or not. Okay. Oh, hey, we can take something from here. There we go. Vincent Augusti.
How do you do?
What can this humble servant of the Republic do for you? What do you do here? As the Valiant ambassador, it's my job is to ensure trade with the Deerwood remains strong and profitable. Tell me about the Valiant Republics. They are rich in all ways, in wealth, in style, and culture. If you were to go to the Republics, you would not want to leave. Why would you? The people are beautiful and charming. I'm here because the Sangreta Ducala wishes it, but when my appointment is done, I will be on the first ship out, and I will sing from here to Salona. Farewell. Okay, Valian diplomats. Okay, current prices and stuff. Let's see what else we can see. Ah, another thing we can take. I love taking things. I don't want to do that. I know I could, like, do subterfuge and break into everything, but that's just not the kind of game that I want to play here. Huh. Okay, well, I guess she's not here yet. Ah, well. I guess we will come across a certain person later. Doodly doodly doo. We're going to go across the way. Whoa! That was a little odd. I wonder why we got dropped off all the way up there. Going across the way, and we are going into this big place over here. Righty-o. Justicars! Keepers of the peace. Keepers of the piece of pie. Oh, that would be kind of cool to have a order of mathematicians, and their the people who guard them are called the order of the piece of pie, and like peace is actually, you know, like peaceful and stuff. They're peacekeepers of pie. I cracked myself up. Okay, there we go.
Good day to you.
Aldmar gives you an appraising eye. Judging by the scars on his face, he's lucky to be able to do that much. Every day, we get more from the hinterlands pouring into Defiance Bay. Keeps us busy on the watch, it does. You look like you're recently arrived here yourself. Who are you? A soldier of the Crucible Knights, and proud of it. I help keep everything running at the keep so that Commander Cliver can focus on more important matters. Looking for something, or just knocking the dirt off your boots? What goes on in Crucible Keep? Headquarters. Okay, it's our store, arms and armor, and soldier's bunk. And back making plans for Commander Cliver. Forge. Master Smith. And Shrine to the Golem. Okay, if you're the praying type. Tell me about the Crucible, right? Knights. We're not exactly a formal knighthood, but don't tell Commander Cliver I said that. He grins. We're just the first organized militia to oppose Adiran rule, and today we're the largest force in the city. Our soldiers undergo years of combat training, and our officers are required to have their souls read by that critter out in Dennard Row. What's this about Dennard Row? It's just a requirement of the Crucible Knights, so higher-ups know there's nothing messy built in your soul's past. Aldmir widens his stance. Keeping the ranks of pure is fine by me. I just wish they were more careful about hiring their ciphers. What's wrong with their ciphers? He shifts his weight and glances about. They're mostly Orlans. I'm sure they're talented enough, but you just can't trust them. Hostility's in their nature, and they've learned to hide it over the years. He frowns and crosses his arms. All I'm saying is they should at last be supervised by other folk. That's reasonable enough, isn't it? We could just say flat out you're wrong, but if people treated them better, you wouldn't have to worry about them being so hostile. I'm just speaking the truth nowadays. Nowadays, it seems that's the biggest criminal. I don't like this guy. Oh, that's all. You can go get stuffed, Aldmar. Okay. Looks like we can go this way. No, we cannot take from the bucket, unfortunately. Nor from this place. Novitiate, let's talk with Dunstan.
If this is about the breastplates, I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
The dwarf rustles between a sweltering forge fire and a work table. He wipes one muscle-knotted arm across the brow. Ooh, show him the pieces of blade of the endless paths. I found several fragments of an ancient sword. Do you think you could repair it? That's a fine blade indeed. He holds one fragment in his rough hands. Looks Adiran. Special made. Must have been a commission for a champion of some sort. Takes the shard. He hands the shard back to you. A sword hilt of this caliber would have had a specially designed hilt too. It'd be a shame to graft anything else onto it. Besides, it'll balance best with all the original pieces. You find the rest of it, I'll forge it for you. Anything else? What do you do
I'm
here?
a forge master. I'm a master smith for the Crucible Knights. But the way I see it, I'm also keeping up with our old traditions. The first members of our order were smiths. Nowadays, most everyone's a professional soldier. I suppose it's to be expected, but I think it's important we keep up with our roots, too.
Tell me about the knights.
We were all smiths back in Hodred's day, though I'm about the only one here who still gets his hands dirty. We're a fearsome fighting force, though these days I think Cleaver takes more pride in our parade formations.
Well, there's something to be said for that. It's very, very difficult to get people to move coordinatedly in any sort of direction. Parade formations do help people learn how to take orders. Now, he thinks of himself a progressive man, but he's obsessed with soul lineages and connections to Deerwood's heroes of old. He picks up his hammer again. Other than Dennard Rowe, who really knows any of that, though? Goodbye. Yeah, I can tell that's going to be a bit of an issue, trying to do all that stuff. Okay, Penhelm?
Welcome.
The young novitiate's armor is recently shined, and his hair is clean and neatly combed. It's hard to believe he's ever seen battle, or that the scarred antique breastplate he wears could possibly be his. Are you looking for something? Tell me about the knights. Primary defenders, okay. Now we're the most prestigious company of soldiers. Okay, cool. How does one become a knight? We don't take just anyone, soul lineages. Rarely accept foreigners. Okay, cool. Awesome. File that guy away for later. Let's go back in through this door. There's stuff up there. Cool. Awesome. Open sesame. What do we got in here? Stuff. Nothing we can... we can take this. Let's go ahead and do it. Penhelm's affidavit. Curran the Cipher, duly appointed and employed by Dennard Rowe, does hereby certify that novitiate A.M. Penhelm has been found to have a soul free of any subversive influences or tainted essence. Let's go ahead and take that. It's a quest item, so things might get more interesting for the novitiate. Especially with that breastplate he has, eh? Okay, no, don't want to steal anything from these folk. Is anybody in here? No. Okay. Let's check this hall out. Discover the barracks. The Bear Axe. That would actually be a pretty cool name for like a dwarvish tavern or something. The Bear Axe. And that's where all the soldiers hang out. I am on a roll. I'm going to have to take that down and put it up on my Twitter. Location discovered. Training room. Wyla. Let's talk with Wyla. Wyla not. Oh my goodness. We need to deal with Heritage Hill. The Justicar's gaze flicks over to you briefly before returning to the novitiates gathered in the training rooms, or training area. If this is about patrols, my novitiates are already stretched their limit. Between the refugee influx and the mess at Heritage Hill, I simply don't have any units to spare. After a pause, she looks over at you again. I'm sorry, was there something else you need? What do you do here? I'm in charge of the keep's novitiates. I'm responsible for their training and patrol assignments. She nods to the group gathered in the training room. They're good soldiers, and they've been quick to adapt to new challenges. Is there something wrong with Heritage Hill? She lowers her voice. What isn't wrong is the real question. A whole district of walking, flesh-eating corpses. We sealed the area 2 months ago, just after I lost one of my finest commanders there. And yet, this is the second guard rotation to disappear. There are already enough rumors about the place floating around the keep without my soldiers whispering about these disappearances. She shakes her head. I'd just as soon abandon the district, but if those monsters should find a way out... Tell me about Heritage Hill. Used to be one of the most prestigious districts in Defiance Bay, but a few months ago the residents all went mad, started eating each other and anything else that had the bad luck to wander into the district. I've never seen anything like it. Now every novitiate that stands guard there, everyone that comes back anyway, talks of the stench of the grave and the groans of unspeakable horrors. She holds up one plate-clad finger. The why and the how are questions for the Animancers. I've sealed the district in hopes of containing whatever happened there. It seems to be working for now. Said there's something wrong? Okay, I can look into it. She steps back and regards you. After what I've just told you, you want to go to Heritage Hill? I've lost trained soldiers there. Why should I let anyone in? You've got nothing to lose. See, yeah, you've got nothing to lose. If you're so eager to rush to your death, I won't stop you. She quietly looks on at the novitiates. If you're somehow able to put a stop to this. You've got my permission to enter Heritage Hill. I'll send word to the guards at the gate. Farewell. Missing sentries. Okay, cool. Missing sentries. No, that was a bit of a stretch. Okay, let's take a look at this. Okay, I already got that book before, but I like collecting books. So, oh, hey, cool. An altar. I wonder if we can leave some money on there. Let's go up the stairs here to a map room. This way. Commander Cliver.
We just don't have the manpower.
Nope, doesn't seem like. Okay.
Refugees from every corner of the Deerwood. The dozens getting them all riled up about animancy. At this rate, we'll need twice the soldiers to patrol Defiance Bay.
Commander Cliver.
Can I help you with something?
Commander Cliver stands in front of a massive table, studying a map, his expression set in a grim frown. He opens his mouth to say something to one of his men, but he follows the soldier's gaze over to you. Tell me about the knights. Now we're responsible for patrolling the cities. Tell me about what do the dozens have against you? They're dangerous, or they're demagogues and troublemakers. They forget that Defiance Bay is one of the largest cities in the world, and not some frontier outpost. Most of them are mercenaries on a good day and street thugs the rest of the time. Needless to say, they've no patience for law and order. Tell me about these enterprising families. House Dominel, namely. They're one of the city's oldest noble families and its largest criminal organization. Their patriarch, Gedmar, has been trying to take advantage of the turmoil to expand his operations. We've kept on top of him, and he hasn't been too happy about that. I see. Is there something else I can do for you? You're in charge of the Crucible Knights? Here, yes, okay. High Justice is the leader of our order, but he's at Fleetbreaker Castle.
Fleetbreaker Castle. The High Justice has summoned almost half of my novitiates, and more of my justiciars to a keep on the other side of New Hailmar. It's not for me to question the High Justice's orders, but it's left us short-handed. And mark me, we're just a couple sparks away from anarchy.
With so many newcomers, can't you just recruit more soldiers? More recruits means more training, which means more time from experienced soldiers that I don't have. He half turns away from you. Anyhow, I hardly see how this is any of your concern, but if you've got the time to ask me about it, then perhaps you've got time to do something constructive. Forge Master Dunstan is working with an animancy scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights. Warriors that can patrol our streets without suffering fatigue, disobedience, or fear. Some agitator throws a rock at him, you don't have to worry about the things getting out of hand. He's constructed the armor, but we need the scholar's research. Unfortunately, she hasn't been around the last few times my novitiates have checked. Vienna lives with the rest of the Scriveners out in Copper Lane, but I haven't the soldiers to spare at the moment. Could go to the Scrivener's dormitory and see if you can find her. When you get the research, just bring it to Dunstan. This was his area of expertise anyway. Once you've brought him the research, he can sell you any arms or armor if you have need. He forges and repairs all of our equipment. You won't find a more capable smith in Defiance Bay. Cool. Awesome. Well, that brings us to the end of the episode. If you've enjoyed, go ahead and hit that like button or give me some feedback if you prefer. Of course, if you enjoy my other work, then a subscription to the channel would also be most amazing. As always, it's great to see you all here at the Fox Den. I hope you come back next time and pull up a chair for some more Pillars of Eternity. Alrighty. You take care now. Bye.